I just don't know if there's another state that is more different from Washington than the state of Florida. So today we are launching a segment called Florida Report.
It's not even controversial anymore.
People know in Florida their freedoms are going to be respected.
Introducing our Florida-based correspondent, Miranda. First name Miranda, last name Kruse. It's my sister.
It's me.
It's you. So you're in, can we say Miami area?
Yes, I live in Miami, but the smaller area that I live in is called Coral Gables.
Okay, don't give out your exact address.
I
You're
won't.
pretty. People will come find you. So we decided to do this because, well, people don't know this, but you've been helping with the show since like the very beginning, since I quit my job. You were a big cheerleader. But also, we talk about politics all the time, and we have a bunch of fun talking about politics. So I thought there's no state that's more different than Washington, I would argue, than Florida is. Maybe Texas, but opposite ends of the country, opposite politically. And so every Friday, we're going to do Florida Report with you. What do you got for us from Florida today? Some Ron DeSantis?
Yeah, so our first article is from the New York Times. The headline says 49 states pre-order vaccine doses for very young children. Florida did not. The article goes on to say Florida did not pre-order any doses of coronavirus vaccines for very young children from the federal government, state officials said Thursday, arguing that the state had no need to be involved in what they called a convoluted vaccine distribution process.
I knew you were talking about this, and so I asked our Washington State Department of Health just for some juxtaposition. I said, hey, how many vaccines did you pre-order? They ordered 173,000 doses for ages 6 months to 4 to 5 years. So Florida ordered none. I mean, I'm assuming they're just going to rely on like the private healthcare system to get doses and give them to people then.
And that's kind of what it seems to say. Like in the article, it talks about how CVS said that they're going to go ahead and order from the federal government as they can and as they have before. I don't know. It kind of bothers me. I'm not like a super pro-vaccine, but I'm also like, it just makes it a little more difficult for people who like, for whatever reason, want to vaccinate their children. And I just think that's kind of, what do you call it? Performative politics in a way, but this actually affects people.
Yeah, he's been a little bit performative. I mean, I guess I would wait and see, like, does CVS and all these places have a hard time getting the vaccines? Like, did they try to pre-order them, or now do they have to go about and get them? Because you know, I've been against vaccine mandates, but I also think if you want to get a vaccine, you should be able to get one easily. So yeah, DeSantis has been doing some performative things, but do people there like him?
Yeah, they actually do. I think COVID had a big deal with changing people around. I wasn't on board with DeSantis when he was elected, but he did a couple things at the very beginning of his term as governor that were very environmentally friendly. And I'm a big environmental person. I care a lot about nature, and I just think Florida's a beautiful place. And when anybody does anything to protect that beauty, I can't help but to give him a little round of applause. But in general, I think that his fight for like freedom and liberty, as far as wearing masks and all that stuff during COVID, kind of got a lot of people on board with him, because we did turn out to be the quote unquote free state. And he had a lot to do with that. So
and I describe you as like a kind of bougie hippie libertarian. Is that fair?
No, that's about right. That's perfect.
We used to be really far apart on politics, but I feel like our politics are morphing into each other a little bit, where we just kind of want to be left alone.
Yeah. You know, and the older I get, I realize like even people that sit pretty far on the ends, we all kind of want the same things. We just have different insane roads to get there. You know, which is why I've enjoyed listening to your show a lot, because I think it tries to help get people back on the same highway together, because at the end of the day, we're usually all going the same places. So
well, you have to like my show. You're my sister. Speaking of the environment, I think you've got another Ron DeSantis for us involving kind of the environment.
Yes, we do. This actually does involve the environment, because invasive species have a huge impact on, you know, the local population of animals and insects and plants. This one's out of the Miami Herald. It says Burmese python hunt in Florida Everglades is slated for August. flanked by a huge writhing snake. Governor DeSantis announced on Thursday that the annual prize-winning hunt for invasive Burmese pythons in the Florida Everglades will begin August 5th. And it's about a 10-day hunt where people from all over the country come in and try to bring down the numbers of giant snakes that live in our area.
Okay, writhing snake. Did you call it writhing?
Oh, I thought it said writhing.
Writhing. I looked up at a picture of this thing and we saw a picture of it and I was like, oh, he's a big boy. And you're like, it's a girl.
It is a female. I did read that it's a female.
Good for him for holding the snake. I wonder if Washington Governor Jay Inslee would hold a snake that big. Okay. The next story you have is, to me, just, it could happen in no other state. Hit me with it.
Yes. I love how these are progressively like hitting each point of the news, like politics and environment. And now we got just people stuff. ClickOrlando.com says, drunken woman on motorized suitcase leads police chase through Orlando airport. An intoxicated passenger who was barred from boarding an airplane at Orlando International Airport rode away from the gate on a motorized suitcase as a police officer on a bicycle followed behind her. Court records and a newly released video shows. So we have video evidence of this.
I'm watching it right now.
I'm just trying to go home and enjoy myself. I'm trying to go home.
See that?
But I've been here for hours.
Yeah, it happens.
I was drinking. I've been here for hours.
Yeah, bad weather. Gotta do something, right?
The cop's being really nice to her.
I mean, how could you not be?
Unfortunately, it's their policy. You just can't be that intoxicated when you fly in a plane, okay?
I'm not that intoxicated.
We need you to go to the terminal, see?
Suck my
Oh,
suck my oh, I can suck my
Okay, Chelsea. Just go to the terminal.
yo, I don't give a where I'm at.
Okay. I'll help steer out. You guys are good. Oh, man, that thing kind of goes fast.
oh my God.
Gonna have a bike pursuing a suitcase in a minute. Chelsea, can you do me a favor? Can you roll with me to the main terminal? You can't hang out here. It's a secured area.
Is Florida like, do you think that crazier things actually do happen in Florida? Or is it just kind of a joke in the media and so now we look for crazy things?
I think crazy things happen everywhere, but I do think they happen here at like a higher rate.
Why?
It might have something to do with the sunshine, to be honest. Like, I feel like it just always kind of has people in this heightened state of just like not like feeling like they're on vacation or just like not really caring. Because I'm guilty of it from time to time too. I've never rode away from a cop on a motorized suitcase, but like, you know, like, I don't know, like it has this, I think it's just this weird sense of neverlandness in Florida where people don't think like rules apply.
To be fair,
suddenly when they
you're a
do,
little
like,
weird.
Yeah, I think I belong down here.
How many rabbits do you have?
I have 9 rabbits if anybody wants some.
Named after Harry Potter characters.
Yes, they're all named after Harry Potter characters.
They'll have to make their debut next Friday.
I will have to pull them out. They're pretty cute.
How was your first time acting as a reporter?
Oh, actually not so bad.
Pretty easy.
We have funny conversations like this all the time. So, you know, it'll be nice to share this with some of your followers, our back and forths.
Well, and also it's actually not your first time reporting. You flew up here specifically to go photograph Chaz Chop.
I did. I don't know why now when I'm thinking in hindsight, but I'm also, you know, I'm a photographer. So any opportunity to photograph the real world is something that me and most photographers would jump at, to be honest. And Chop was a pretty interesting opportunity, I should say, to get in and just see Seattle at its rawest.
At its most raw.
That is most
I
raw.
know. You were brave. That was after my crew got mobbed. So my boyfriend and we just dropped you straight off. I'm like, I'm not going in. He's like, I'm not going in. So we just
you dropped me off a few blocks away.
And yeah, a few blocks away, and then came back to get you. And you were like, what just happened? What did I just see?
It was pretty intense.
All right.
Pretty intense.
Well, with Florida Report, my sister, Miranda Kruse, thank you.
You're so welcome.
It's not even controversial anymore.
People know in Florida their freedoms are going to be respected.
If you like this video, make sure to become an undivided subscriber to help us grow this mission to give common sense a comeback. You can do that in 2 ways, at patreon.com/undivided, or by becoming a contributor on my Locals community, brandikruse.locals.com. Thank you to the founding sponsor of Undivided, 1530 Mortgage. Visit them at 1530mortgage.com.